West Virginia football is on fire. That's right, 4 recruits said yes to the Mountaineers today alone. Let's break them down, man.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And what is up, guys? Welcome back in. My name is Mountaineer Paul. I am your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, baby. Let's go, man. 4 recruits in one day. That's what I'm talking about. And look, you ain't got to like it, but you better love it. This is Locked On West Virginia, brought to you by FanDuel. $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Make sure you download FanDuel and head over there today, Junior, if you want to reap the benefits of FanDuel. Appreciate Shaq for being in the chat. Moderator, make sure you guys tell him thank you for doing the job. Appreciate that very much. Guys, West Virginia had a big time recruiting weekend. We know it happens every year, every single year. In June and July, they do it every year. But boy, did they really smack them out of the park this time around. 4 very different, very unique recruits said yes to the Mountaineers today. And we knew it was coming. I told you guys earlier today on a show that there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people were feeling really good about some guys, and still more coming along. There'll be more coming. It's kind of like we're back to, in a sense, how it was during the portal, because somebody could go live and say, yeah, I'm coming to West Virginia right now while I'm live. So it could happen. Not to that level like it was then, but close. So who are these guys? Well, we're going to go over those right now, as I've got an entire sheet of all 4 players that I've broken down with a hot piss meter. You guys know I brought back the hot piss meter again. For those of you guys that don't know the backstory, I always tell the backstory because some people raise their eyebrows at this. It's nothing more than a transfer portal impact meter that's personalized through me, because when Rich Rod was hired back at West Virginia, they said, he's 61 though, can he still coach? And the coach said, oh, he wakes up in the morning and he still pisses hot. So hot piss has become a thing around here for us. Just a little bit immature sometimes, but we like it that way. So number 1, Samaj Hill, defensive back out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's, which we know very well. Look, he's 6'1", 180 pounds, 22 pass breakups, and a pick in 2024. He's still got a season to go, but he's a fluid defensive back with versatility to play corner or safety from my tape study. And look, he's got some pretty good length, 6'1", 180, not bad at all. So he's going to be able to challenge taller receivers down the field. He's got some quicker reactions on tape to break home passes, and he's got pretty good recovery speed as well. Boy, is he physical and run support, and he is willing to lay the wood when he comes downhill. And overall, he has the speed and instincts to play with receivers in phase and disrupt plays. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but there it is. So today he commits. He did flip over from James Madison. Chose West Virginia over NC State, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Connecticut, Liberty, and others. Obviously, James Madison. Coach Rod West, I'm assuming this is probably another guy he had his eye on when he was at App State. So now we know that he visited in May, I believe, and had his official visit to Morgantown over this past weekend. So St. Joe's, that's a great program where we've gotten players in the past that have been very good players for us, when you can go all the way, obviously we've had the receiver from 2 years ago. I believe it was from 2 years ago. And then obviously Trotter, right? So we can't forget about him, Josiah Trotter Jr. And I think we've even got another player or two from there as well here recently in recent years. So it's becoming a bit of a pipeline, even though Neil Brown started. It sounds like Rich Rodriguez is going to try to keep that pipeline going. Very smart, because of, that's a great school. On the hot piss meter, 8.5 out of 10 for athleticism. He's smooth and quick. His recovery make him a coverage asset. 22 pass breakups show a really good playmaking flair in his game. Size is an 8 out of 10. He's 6'1", 180, right? Very good. Better than ideal for a Big 12 defensive back with room to add muscle. I think his versatility is an 8 out of 10. You know, he has the ability to play corner or safety. That's a huge plus for the scheme. Production, 7.5 out of 10. He's got impressive pass breakups on tape, which you'll see in a second. But the only one interception keeps it from being pretty close to elite in high school. Recruiting buzz is pretty. I've got that as a 6 out of 10. You know, flipping him from James Madison's solid because they've been a really good program here lately. But it's still, you know, even though he had those Power 4 offers, I still think, you know, the hype, not necessarily there for a total composite score of 39 out of 50. You know, his versatility and Philly grit, they're going to get the fans fired up. But, you know, he's a good addition here. I'm going to play some tape for you guys on him. So let's get to that too, because let's let our eyes decide. Is this player a good player or not? With some of these guys, I'll be honest, it's going to be my first time seeing the highlight tape. I went and watched a couple games, you know, but I haven't seen his highlight tape yet. So that'll be interesting to see. So let's get on over to, so I've got them all set up like this. Yep. Okay. All right. So Samaj is right here, I believe. Yeah. Samaj Hill out of St. Joseph Prep. Let's get to it. All right. As you can see, he's on the edge here. You know, look at those arms. That's the first thing I noticed, guys. Look at those arms hanging down. They're come down past his knees, guys. I mean, that's some long arms, dude. And look, he's right in, and there's that one interception he apparently had. I can already see I'm going to like him because I love long and lengthy corners. So this kid's probably a little more of a project because of his lack of muscle and size. But look at how, I mean, this kid has got so much length. It's crazy. I bet he's got 6'5" or 6'6" arm span. Oh yeah, nice play. Definitely nice play. I bet James Madison is sick they lost this kid. Nice play there too. And this is at the highest level in Pennsylvania, right? So we know it's good competition. Here he is back here somewhere. And look, 22 pass breakups. There's one right there as well. So, you know, I see for sure why they went out and got this kid. And I just try, you know, until proven otherwise, I have a lot of faith in his coaching staff when it comes to underrated players that they pick up. And every time they do, you turn on the tape and you can be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, just look at this kid's length and then watch him play, right? I mean, he does have recovery speed. He does have incredible length. He does have ball skills. So it's not really a shock. I think, you know, this is probably a kid that's going to pick up in recruiting buzz this coming year. He'll probably gain 3 stars right away just from being committed to West Virginia. A lot of times these recruiting services may not pick up on somebody until they commit somewhere or something like that. Sometimes it's just how it works because you got to think some of this is probably his sophomore year in high school. Some of it may be his junior year, right? So you can't be on top of everybody right away, although St. Joseph's is a big-time school, don't get me wrong. All right, so that's number 1 off the list. Let's go to break really quick since we're already at 10 minutes, and we'll get to the next one. We also got basketball to talk about. We'll try to get there. We got 3 more players to talk about here on Locked On West Virginia. Stick around. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by FanDuel. When it comes to FanDuel, guys, they're doing it big this year. The playoffs are in full swing in the NBA, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. And whether it's a game-winning shot, a breakout player, There's really never been a better time to get in on the action in FanDuel, and it makes it easy to stay in the game today. Before tip and live player props, performance trends, and same game parlays. Look, the fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. And which players are showing up in the biggest moments and how can tracking their trends help you build your next big bet? Well, you won't find out unless you play at FanDuel. And you want that $200 in bonus bets to add to that first $5 bet if it hits. You can't win if you don't play. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head over to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. And if you win, you get $200 in bonus bets. That's if you win. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. It's segment 2. Let's crack this dude wide open, baby, and talk a little bit more West Virginia football. I am excited, guys, for the next player on this list. I got to tell you, I've watched a lot over him. As a matter of fact, over camp, he was probably my most impressive one that I didn't get to every player. This is one that as soon as I saw him without pads on, and as soon as I saw him run a couple drills, I was immediately drawn to him, and I'm not surprised. I'm so happy we got this player, Cam Mallory, defensive lineman out of Moody, Alabama. He'll be a class of 2026 player. 96 tackles, 22 tackles for loss, 12 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles last year. He's 6'2", 285 pounds, a 3-star prospect, but I'm telling you right now, he is a very good player. Let me get a drink really quick. So here's the skill set. He is an extremely powerful guy, and I mean extremely. You're going to see it on tape. He disrupts plays. He's a disruptor. He is what would you compare him to? He's kind of like a Stills in that he likes to disrupt plays, but he does it with power as much as anything, a little more than speed, a little more power than speed. He's a really low leverage guy and allows him to take on multiple tough blocks. He beats double teams on tape, you'll see, and he's able to blend that strength and speed to beat blockers and invade backfields. That high motor, man, oh my God, he plays so intense. Very intense guy, man. He finishes plays through the whistle. Like I said, handles the double teams, but he's also got multi-positional flexibility. You want to move him inside? You can. You want to move him outside and let him rush outside? You can. All three, and even on the nose, you might be able to play him if he gains an extra 20 pounds or so. He'd be right around 300 pounds. You could probably play him on the nose a little bit as well. Never hurts to have an inside pass rushing presence. He's got a ton of upside. I think that's the immediate thing. You look at this kid and say, holy cow, if somebody taps into this, it's going to be really good. But he's got to refine his technique in college. That's really what he has to do. Right now, he relies on his extreme athletic dominance to beat kids, right? And a lot of times when a kid is raw, the reason he is because his natural physical gifts has allowed him to not have to rely on certain other techniques. But he's going to be a really versatile player, and he's going to be able to play various spots along the defensive front. Committed on today, obviously, after that official visit over the weekend. He had Missouri, Louisville, Georgia Tech, Vandy, Cincinnati, and a ton of other P4 colleges looking at him. William Green, who's turning into a really good recruiter, had made contact at Jack State, and that carried over. And look, he's been offered for a while. They offered him in February, and that relationship has continued to build, culminating with the visit on campus. And look, 2026, guys, this is the year for him. So be looking for him to hit the field next year. This time he'll be in camp. He fits the plan to replace the 4 graduating defensive linemen that will be gone after this year. I'm sure he's going to be one of the guys they're tabbing to do that. Alabama continues to be a priority for the school, and why not? We had success there under Brown with some guys. So, and then that official visit over the weekend really hit hard for him, and I think let him know this was the right place for him. His versatility can really lead to early playing time. I think, he's so versatile. So this is going to be a high score. Athleticism is an 8.5 out of 10. He's got really quick get off and extremely good feet for a 280-pound guy. Super disruptive. He's got an 8.8 points out of 10 per size, 6'2", 280. Very solid for a defensive lineman with room to grow. Production's 9 out of 10. Probably could have been 10 out of 10. 96 tackles, 22 TFLs, and 12 sacks is elite for a junior. It's elite. It's incredible, eye-popping numbers. Physicality, 8.5 out of 10. The strength to beat double teams and a relentless motor are going to excite fans when they see him. That recruiting buzz was starting to pick up, and at 8.5 out of 10, West Virginia was able to beat out several SEC and ACC schools for the Alabama stud. It's a major flex for the program for a total composite score of 42.3 out of 50. He's a stat-stuffing, dominant, big dude, and those Bama roots have the hot piss meter scorching here. So let's get to the tape. Who is Cam? And why am I so stoked on his potential? Let's get to it. We'll share a screen with you guys, and I'm going to be honest, man. Prepare yourselves to be very impressed with what your eyes see. 6'2", 298, it says here. Thanks to Rivals for posting this. So as you can see, we're going to get there now. Here he is playing playing basically at defensive end, although they've got an outside backer beside him. And you can see right there just total dominance into the backfield he went. Here he is again, playing at that defensive end spot. Beautiful hand slap. Did you see it? Oh, God, I love it. So watch him use that left hand. You see that left hand? Boom. He uses that left hand for leverage, gets on the right guard's right shoulder pad, and leverages him right out of the way, and he's in that backfield right now. Quarterback, see ya. And as you can see, he's a big guy. Same position. So he's always facing guards. And look, what did I do? Oh, I accidentally clicked down somehow. Okay, so there's a little under rip. So did you see it? I talk about this a lot, right? Well, they teach defensive linemen. They teach them to club and rip or club and swim over and through the arms of offensive linemen. Watch him engage with his arms and then get under that rip to get underneath there. There's the rip. And that's how he gets through, and he strips the ball out. Nicely done. Coming off the edge again in your house. Nobody blocked him. That's not a good thing. I don't know if 20, now that I'm watching this, though, personally, I don't think 20 pounds would be good for him. I think he's good where he's at. I wouldn't add any more, personally. He's not, fast enough. I mean, we're talking about an inside guy, but if you're talking about a guy that you want to play on the edge a little bit too, if you're going to keep him inside, maybe you can add 20. But if you're going to play him at defensive end in college, no way. He's not explosive enough. This is not a bad. I'm in love with the kid as a player. I'm just saying, I don't know about defensive end and if you're going to keep him any more than this, personally. So as you can see, he's got good get off here, and the leverage is good. See, that's what I'm talking about. You guys see me talk about this a lot. When a player gets off, does he stand straight up or does he keep some kind of low contact point? Well, boom, right? This kid is low to the ground. I'm trying to pause it in the correct timing. So see, when this kid comes out of his stance, he's at least pretty low for a 300-pound kid. He's definitely got the leverage on this guy. And as you can see, he's got a ton of power and absolutely throws him down with one arm. What the hell? That's crazy. Here he is on the edge. See, man, he's got a really good change of direction to him. He's definitely got some athletic ability. I like this kid a lot, man. I really hope we keep him. He's going to have a lot of teams coming after him because those stats are insane. Look at the power. Very, very strong, man. I mean, he just absolutely destroys kids. This is one-on-one with the left guard. There's no way if I was an offensive coach, unless I just believed in my player, I mean, you're going to lose some. There's no way I would leave anybody one-on-one with this kid. No way. With the stats he had, 96 tackles from the defensive tackle spot. That's insane. How does somebody get 100 tackles from defensive tackle spot? That's mind-boggling. Like, that just doesn't happen. You see 30, you see 40, you might see 50 if they're like a defensive end. 100, insane. And he plays in Alabama. It's not like there's terrible football. I mean, you can see it. Nobody can block him. Literally every play is him destroying somebody. This one here, I mean, it looks like the center's supposed to get over to him. Oh my God! Look at the look at the recoil. As soon as he puts his hand on this guy, watch the recoil. He goes boom like that as soon as he hits him. Boom! Holy cow, man! Boom! Let me see if I can keep it going in succession like that. Boom! 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 I love that, man. I love it. Cam Mallory, probably going to be my favorite player in this class. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get him on the show now. You guys know I'll pick my favorites. I love this tape, man. Look at this. God, this kid's a beast. Wow, man. For those of you on podcasts, I know you're listening to me just nerd out right now. Cam he's a freak of nature when it comes to strength. I would love to know what his weight room looks like, what his numbers look like. So how do you do this to an offensive lineman? Like, he just jerks him totally out of the way. Look at that. Gosh. No chance. There's no way you can't tell me this kid shouldn't be a 4-star player. There's no way. How is this kid 3 stars? Somebody explain it to me, because I would love somebody to explain to me what I'm missing about this. Look at that change of direction, and he got the football. Are you kidding me? This is the 300-pound kid, right? He shouldn't be doing this. So here he is right here. And the thing is, he reads the play from the get-go, stays outside, and then taps the ball out. Nicely done. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but shows some savvy. He's a horse, man. You know, like, just a horse. And he comes off the ball so quick for his size. Like, oops, I did it again. Why does it keep doing that? Very frustrating. So, as you can see, look, the ball snapped here. He's standing up already, like nobody else really is. Like, that's what I like about him, right? I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't know if I'm clicking because I'm clicking so many times, so I'm just going to let it go. Really good get off, though, and just look at him drive somebody back, you know, just so strong. So strong. This is a player, man, that we lucked out to get right here. Cam Mallory. Holy shit, man. And there he goes again. Yeah, this kid's going to be good as he wants to be. He's going to be as good as he wants to be. We got to move on. I would love to sit here and watch more. Maybe I'll do a more full breakdown. We'll break down to more of his tape at another point in time, but this is somebody to be watching for. Absolutely. Cam Mallory, man, I'm gonna have to figure something out about getting him on the show, because I like him a lot. Let's get to another player after the break, guys. 2 more players to get to. I'll try to speed it along on the next ones. Hopefully I don't fall in love with their tape as well, but you never know. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back here, Locked On West Virginia, in segment 3. And, you know, I got to be honest. Rhett Morris, you know, like, as soon as I saw that name Rhett, I was like, what? We got another Rhett on campus now. Coach Rhett Rodriguez, his best friend, perhaps, I don't know, but he's at a Don Bosco, which is a big-time high school there in New Jersey. 26 kid. out of Ramsey, New Jersey. 6'3", 305 pounds, a 3-star prospect. He's 5.5 rating. So he's right there on the cusp, right? But he's a 3-star player. So he's physical. From the interior, he's got a high motor. I think he'll probably be a center, but he may play some guard. He's got really strong hands and leg drive. He's really good in the run game. He's got quick feet. Hand placement is good. He excels in pass protection. He's relentless. He's got a heck of, and it's, one of the things is this is going to be something that pops up in everybody they recruit. Relentless effort, play into the whistle, that kind of thing. It's going to be something you notice about every player they go after. Versatile kid, capable of playing, I think, multiple interior positions, left, right guard, or center. Definitely not a tackle, but, he committed today after decommitting from Wake Forest. So that's our third flip of the day. I didn't realize that. Until I built the show today when I was going over all the notes and typing everything up. So chose West Virginia over Pitt, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest, Boston College, UMass, James Madison, Old Dominion, and others. Jack McNeil, man, getting it done. One of his kids, he's getting his kids in. Spring visit and made the official over the weekend and locked it in. He's the first offensive lineman that West Virginia has targeted, for the interior and in 2026 altogether. And he feels the need because we're going to have to restock on the O-line with 5 guys graduating in 25 and another 4 in 2026. So we've definitely got to continue to do that. And like I said, talent hotbed where Don Bosco is, New Jersey area, that's a big-time college football area. And it's within our recruiting radius, right? And I think that helps bolster our presence in the area. And he made multiple visits and has built strong ties with his coaching staff. Hot piss meter for you. Athleticism is 7.5 out of 10. I think he's got good movement for a 305-pounder. He's got quick feet for pass protection. His size is an 8 out of 10. 6'3", 305 is really good for an interior guy. You'd like to see him a little bigger if you can, but I mean, for what Rich Rodriguez does, it's about right? I mean, this isn't exactly the kind of scheme you're going to see at, like Neil Brown ran, where maybe you would rather have a guy like Tomas Rimac, who's 6'5" or 6'6" in there. By the way, he's playing tackle now, even though he played guard for us. Virginia Tech's got him playing tackle. If he ends up an All-American at tackle there this year, I'm going to flip. Versatility, you got him at an 8 out of 10, but I guess I should be fair in thinking that we had a pretty damn good tackle, 2 pretty good tackles while he was here, if you consider Nestor. So maybe I should rescind that. But, versatility, like I said, 8 out of 10, you can play guard or either center spot. So that's flexibility. You got to have that. Physicality is probably one of his biggest things. Very relentless kid, has a ton of strength. You'll see him pancake a ton of guys on tape here in a sec. The recruiting buzz is, I got that at an 8 out of 10. You get a flip from a Power 4 school in the ACC and you beat out other Power 4 talent schools like, for a kid that's in New Jersey as well, which is a talent-rich state. That's pretty good. I've got him at a 40 out of 50. I think he's a mauler. I think he's got some Jersey swagger. He's got that Jersey swagger. I don't even know if that's the right accent, but I think fans are going to like the kid. So let's get to it here as we look at Rhett. Rhett, we can't call him Rhett the Jet, but it does fit if you just pretend like his last name is possibly, or if he plays running back or something. All right, so we'll share a screen here for Rhett the Jet. Maybe we'll call him Rhett for the Jet for how quick he hit that commitment button when he visited West Virginia. So here we go, guys. Rhett Morris, number 64, it says. All right, that's kind of hard to see. We'll try to get there. See, there's those quick feet. You see it right away? Those really quick feet coming off the ball here. Watch how quickly his feet are and watch how quick he gets off. Boom, 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 boom. Nicely done. Nicely done there. You'll take that. So, and then the finish, like that too. Nasty work. Here he is again. See him in pass pro, really strong, nicely done. And he's got that in every play. This is like almost every play when you watch him just his game film. Like if you go look up Don Bosco film and figure out who he is and then watch the film, right? What I usually do is I look for their number, position, the school, and then I just Google all that, right? And then if I can't find individual stuff, like full game stuff. Because a lot of times there will be you can find some individual stuff where somebody has gone through the full game and just put the little arrow where they are the entire every play instead of just in the cut up, but it's rare. So anyway, because you guys know I like to watch the game, the full, at least one game if I can, or at least a half, just to get some semblance before I come on here when it's like they've committed and I got to get on here. Sometimes I've known about him for a while and I've already done a lot of study. In this kid's case, I've got about a quarter or a half in on him and this tape here. And I think I got enough because I went and looked up who the most talented team on their schedule was and just watched that. That's the best way I could do it. But so what I told you earlier about him, I think is pretty true. The quick feet, he's really dominant in the run and the pass game, really, but especially in the pass pro. He does really good in pass pro. But if you look when he attaches to somebody, they move. Boom. There they go. That's beautifully done, man. Can we watch that one more time? I love to see him engage like that. I mean, this kid's thinking he's going to do something. Look at the leverage here. He's low. He's got bend in his knees and in his hips a little here. And he drives him back 5 yards and pancakes him. We'll take it. Love that. And this is every play. This kid's trying to dirt somebody every play. I love it. I love how he comes out of his stance. He stays low, man. It's just, you don't see it a lot anymore. Like the kid we watched, was it today? He looked like he got out of his stance and then sprinted towards somebody, and this kid's coming out of his stance, chopping his feet, working his way up and engaging. I love to see it. Chop, chop, boom, and just absolutely dominates. And then look at him finish the play. This is every play with this kid. He comes through and finishes. Here he is again on left guard. Pass pro, double team. So I don't really – and look at him finish the play again. So you can tell he plays at a big-time school. How many high schools do you think got the boom cam like this? Pretty crazy, man. Left guard spot. And he's out of his stance and just mauling dudes in the run game. Holy cow, man, this kid's physical. Yep. Love watching it. It shows on tape as well, man, over and over again. So it's no surprise. Watch him come out of that stance and pull. Yeah, buddy. You like this kid a lot. He's undersized just a tad. It's the only thing you can say, really. You can see why he had multiple Power 4 schools after him, right? Wake Forest, Pitt, NC State, all these others. You see why. It's obvious. It's not like he's some unrecruited kid that we're taking a chance on. Like, this is a good player. And I see why. The only reason he doesn't have more, in my opinion, he's undersized, at the college level. He's 6'3", 300 pounds. It's not small, but it's not, you go look at Texas, their guards are 6'5", 320, so it's just a tad undersized. But for what Rich Rod does, he's perfect. We actually, it's one of the things that some people don't like about Rich Rod's offense is we really actually need undersized offensive linemen. Go look at Dan Moses. Guys like that, right? Over Rich Rod's tenure or Jeremy Sheffy. Those guys are undersized. Sheffy wasn't even playing or guard when he was in high school. All right, so we got one more player to get to. We're going to hurry and do this, although I know I love this kid as well. So let's talk about him. Noah Tishendorf, a defensive lineman out of Oregon who we flipped from Oregon State. Can you believe that? All these players were flips except for one. 3 flips today. This recruiting staff's doing work, but in this day and age, flips aren't really as big a deal, right? This kid's big, man. 6'3", 255 pounds, 20 tackles and 11 sacks. So he's a pure edge rusher, and you'll see it on tape. He's athletic. He's got speed and size, and he overwhelms offensive linemen. He's got an explosive, capital E explosive first step, and he's got an array of pass rushing moves to beat blockers, which is really, really good to see in high school. A lot of times you'll see one or two, maybe one, but like this kid's got a few. He's got pretty good feet, and the lateral movement is there, man. You'll see that. He's strong enough to shed blocks and make tackles in the backfield, which is something that I value because in the defense we run with 3 down, you got to be able to set an edge, whether you're outside backer or if you're on the edge at defensive end. Neither one of those spots, you got to be able to set an edge and then shed if need be, right? It sounds silly, but it's something that's very, very needed. You got to have somebody that's doing that. At least you won't have to teach it to him as much now that he's already doing it. He played some offense in high school, and his offensive tape was impressive, actually, guys. Really was at tight end, I believe. So, he's somebody that's very, very good in a lot of different ways, and is going to be a really good player for West Virginia, I believe. But we'll watch the tape and let you decide. Committed today over Oregon State and others, by the way. Zach Alley was his main recruiter with Jake Castile and Bandits coach Jeff Castile, all three on top of this kid. So that lets you know he was a priority, right? You've got former Oklahoma DC Zach Alley saying, I want you. You're going to leave Oregon State now because they've been left behind, unfortunately, and I hate it. I really do hate it. I hate the fact that Oregon State is not a Power 4 school. It's just not fair, man. They don't deserve it. But because, look, people laugh at them. Like, I see people that they used to be rivals with laughing at them like we are with Pitt, If Pitt got left out, I would be pissed. I wouldn't laugh at them. Because what if it happened to us someday? How'd you feel? I would be totally crushed. I mean, losing a playoff game or losing an Elite Eight or something, that's one thing. How'd you like to be excluded from ever doing it ever again? I couldn't imagine being Oregon State, a team that, look at the year they just had a couple of years ago. They had a team that's been better than any team we've had in a decade just a couple of years ago. So, I don't know, man. It's a shame. It really is. And their coach had to leave. They were building something there, and they got left behind. It's just sad. Sorry, I went on my soapbox. So, obviously, he's going to be a bandit or an edge rusher. I think Oregon is rare for West Virginia to recruit at. Very interesting that they went down that route. And, look, maybe it's opening a pipeline. Maybe we can see the more kids because Oregon and California area, I'll take them all day long out of that area. Obviously we've got some edge guys that are going to be gone after this year, like Jamoy Robinson and others. So I like it. Out of 50, right? Hot piss meter, 9.0 out of 10, 9 out of 10 speed and quickness is, and the offensive, you should show elite athletic traits for the kid. He's 8.5 out of 10 on size, 6.3, 255. That's a perfect Big 12 bandit. And he's got some potential. He's still a junior. He could grow another inch or two. Production's 8 out of 10. 11 sacks is stellar. That low tackle count makes you wonder why he only had 22, but the tape will tell the story. Versatility is 8.5 out of 10. I believe he's going to be a stand-up or hand-down guy in the pass rushing role he's in, and those offensive snaps could come back and add value later on. The recruiting buzz, you got to say, is a 9.5 out of 10. Flipping a kid from Oregon State from across the country is nuclear, man. Like, how do you do that? Obviously, and you look at some of the other schools that are trying to get him, like UCLA, like we got him, man. And that's awesome, right? For a total composite score of 43.5 out of 50, I think the flip and that pass rushing prowess make him a hot piss boil over. So, big picture, who is Mr. Tishendorf? And why do we like him already? Well, let's check out the tape. That's where it's all at, baby. Let's get there. So, Noah Tishendorf, and once again, thanks to Rivals for having these videos conveniently placed where we need them so that we can watch along happily. So, right away, you see him coming off the edge. Boom. Nice hand usage. Holy cow. Right away, you fall in love, don't you? So, oh crap! I keep doing it, guys. I'm so sorry. I guess it's not going to let me double click like I want to. So he's got a tackle and a running back on him right here, and you'll see he uses the hands, what they call hand fighting techniques that you learn to slap that out of the way and squeeze through two guys to get to the quarterback. Absolute awesome work. What an athlete! Oh, you can just tell. You know, this is the one kid I didn't have time to watch. Um, all I could do was read about him. So I'm feeling vindicated already. We'll see. This is him on offense. Okay, so he played running back. Interesting. Nice, nice hand fighting move again. Coming off that edge, baby. Wow. Let's go back a little bit more here. So here he is coming off the edge. Watch him engage with his hands. And if he catches an offensive lineman leaning, he's slapping them things out of the way. Watch. Slap. And the rip. You guys know I'm always talking about the rip. He used it, right? Watch this. So basically, it sounds so simple, right? But it's taught to every defensive lineman in the country. If an offensive tackle is trying to block you, you club out of the way and you swim or you rip. And that's it. It's so easy and it sounds so simple, but to actually perfect it against a guy that's trying to hold you is not easy. This kid here has perfected it. Watch the club on the hands and the rip under and the athleticism. Club, rip. And he gets by running back. Once again, they know he's good. They're trying to chip for him. Yeah, this kid's got some potential as well, man. These are all good players we've gotten today. Very happy to see that they're getting kids like this again. I just haven't seen kids like this in so many years coming into Morgantown. I mean, we've had good players coming in, but man, not gems like these kids we've seen today. Oh, wow. Nicely done. And I don't know what level this is here. You know, he could be a man amongst boys here. I'm not sure. Obviously, it's probably. Wait, where is he playing? Where did he play high school? I guess I should have paid attention. I think it said Oregon, but I didn't. It's kind of slipped my mind here. So let me make sure. Let me look again. Okay, so it is out of Oregon. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Nice rip. Nicely done there too. He's an athlete too for sure. Oh, bull rush. Boom. Get off your, I mean, goodness gracious, man. Get off me. They didn't even need him that play. Yeah. Nice. Here he is on the. Hey, I mean, could you put this kid on the goal line? Could you do it? He looks pretty good there. I mean, and at the Power 5 level, I don't know if it works, but man, this does. This definitely does. Nice. Yeah, this is one of those guys that, you know, you can see on some plays how he's got some work to do on some things, but like as far as from a profile standpoint, he's 6'3", 255. He's got incredible athletic ability and speed. He's got great explosion. He's extremely strong and stout. He already knows some pass rushing moves. You know, I mean, look at that. This has been an impressive showing today of players from these guys. I mean, look at this. That kid's freaking moving, dude. The strength. This kid projects to be a good player too. I'll tell you what, man. This kid's got some upside to him. Oh wow. Just him and Cam alone. I mean, look at him running through everybody on offense as well. what a great job by this coaching staff picking up some gems today. I'll tell you, very good job, man. This coaching staff knows what they are doing. That's for sure. Very good job, man. And I tell you, I'm just overwhelmed with some of the players we got today. Hopefully we hang on to them, especially the two guys on defense. Man, both those guys are really good. The first player was, okay. He was okay. Um, what's his name again? Like, I see why they like Simaj Hill. He's very, very at St. Joe's. Has got that length. I see why they like Cam Mallory for sure. Like, he's probably – it's hard to pick between everybody. I'd probably put Cam Miller at number one on this list, but it's close between him and Tishendorf. And then Rhett Morris is also pretty good, but, like, he's pretty much your standard 3-star recruit. Like, I could see how he could be a good player someday, but he's got some work to do. But Cam Miller and Tishendorf, both, boy, do they have a lot of upside, y'all. Real quick before we go, I was just going to mention that Jaden Forsyth and Morris Ugsuk have both been announced as signings today, so that's a big deal. I'll tell you what, I'm fired up today. I might do another video on just that. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Drop a comment below, by the way. Like the video before you leave, if you can, please. If you're on X watching this, would you mind to please repost the video? I know it says there is 150 of you guys over on X watching this right now. So, could 5 or 10 of you guys just hit the repost button or quote tweet this and just say, 4 recruits by West Virginia or whatever today. Please, if you don't mind. I don't like to ask for very much like money or anything, but like if you guys could just help me repost the video out, that's really all I care about, So that's it, guys. I appreciate you for joining in. Thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen and for being a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We talk about your team every single day. Check out the portal on YouTube, guys, as well for your second listen. Brian Smith has the latest rumors, portal entries, and signings, and you can be the most informed fan on the rapid changes in college football landscape today, but you can only do it through the portal over on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.